Hi, my name is Samantha. Welcome to today's video. Today we're going to try and salvage a project. Let's get into it. I saw this video on YouTube and it was of this leather bag and I was like, oh my gosh, I can make that. That looks so easy. It's so beautiful. And I was like, I have this pleather in my stash. I don't remember where I got it from. If you remember what haul video it came from, please link it down below. I have no clue. I'm assuming it came from the thrift store or something. I don't remember. But I have this material and I was like, okay, let me try it. And there wasn't like a tutorial or a pattern associated with it. It was just the item, right? I don't know if she's trying to sell the bag done or something. I did not make it successfully. And I was trying to be all precise, right? I had this pleather, right? And I was like, how am I gonna get a circle? And I went into my kitchen and I was trying to find like the biggest circle item I could. And even then I was like, this is not big enough. So what I ended up doing is I took the fabric, I folded the fabric in half and I cut half of it. So I was working with half the material because I was like, if I'm successful with this, then I can make a second one. So I have another piece of fabric that I've not messed up and is in one piece that is set aside. Then this piece of fabric, I laid that corner to corner so that then I could cut like a semicircle. And what I did is I like made this super fancy compass where I took a string, took a pencil, and I then used my cutting mat to put my wonder clip at a certain spot. And then I would clip it at the center of the circle. And I knew the center because I traced a straight line with a ruler from the corner point, and then I did a semicircle, and then I went down 1.5 inches and I did a semicircle, and I went down 1.5 inches, and I did that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. I did 6 circles, right? I was like, okay, this is great. So then the biggest circle, I went ahead and cut that out. So now we had just a big circle, right? And then I was like, okay, I can clearly see that like there's a cut here, and then there's a cut here and a cut here and a cut here and a cut here. So the cuts need to be like staggered, right? So then I went and I took my rotary cutter, and within each of the bands, right, I cut precisely, right? And then within the lines, then I cut in between those cuts. And I was like, okay, I think I've got it. So I undo all my clips and then I open it up. It did not do the flopping thing like in the video. I was like, okay, maybe it needs some more cuts. So then I add some more cuts and I'm getting less precise. And then I try to do it again. And it's still not doing it. And then I'm like, screw it. I'm just gonna cut the hell out of this. And I just start cutting. I'm just like, have it down in a circle and I just turn, and I'm just cutting like crazy. And it kind of does the bag thing a little, right? Like you can kind of see the holes, but it's still not working. And I was like, maybe I did it too big. Like my bag looks a lot bigger than her bag. So then I just cut the band and I cut 3 inches, right? Because I cut 2 bands worth off, which also took away like that top band I hadn't cut into because I made it like my handle, right? So now this one, like the handle is right on the edge because I wasn't planning on this being the edge, and it's still not working. So I wanted to do this video initially and be like, hey guys, if you see a like DIY online and you think you could do it, just do it. Have fun and just try it. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. And I was really hoping that this would be successful. I could be like, see what I mean? I just did it and it just worked. This did not work. However, it was really fun being able to just try something. Having a low risk project and just being able to try to be creative and try to figure it out was really fun, especially coming off of the 600 jar opener challenge where I was like trying to be so precise, trying to get everything done within a certain amount of time. Like my brain is really creatively fried, right? So I really had a lot of fun. And then I was thinking, I don't want to just throw this away, right? Like, because what else am I going to do with this thing now? And I'm like, and how can I still make this a worthwhile video? And then I was thinking, okay, well, when this thing is flat, when it's flat, it's still a piece of fabric, right? Like, I didn't cut chunks out, I just cut slits out. So it's still mostly solid. So what I'm thinking is that I can get some iron-on interfacing, and we can even use this band that got cut out, lay this back down, and then we're gonna take a piece of interfacing and we're gonna lay it down on here, and we're gonna fuse it on, and then hopefully we'll have back to a solid piece of fabric. So this will then be a solid piece of fabric that then we are going to make this into like the bottom of a bag. So it's going to be like a two-toned tote bag where this is going to be like the bottom, and then the top is going to be another piece of fabric. That is how I'm going to try and salvage this project. That is my thought. Let's get some interfacing from the stash, try and get it ironed on, and we'll go from there. This may just be a double failure video, and I may just waste the interfacing, but at this point, this material is already wasted, and I want to try and do something with it. So that's what we're going to try and do. Here's what I've got so far. So I'm using this Pellon interfacing Decorbon 809, and I just cut a piece that is big enough for my material here, and I am just going to work section by section. So I'm going to try and line this up the best I can, have the littlest gaps. I have my wool mat under here, and I'm just going to work in small sections, iron, 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 until I get the whole thing ironed down. We'll cut off the excess, and then we'll flip it over and iron it better. Alrighty, so never mind, this is not gonna, ouch, this is not gonna work. I tried ironing it down and my iron was kind of sticking, so I was like, okay, let me take some scrap fabric and use that. So then I like had it nicely laying down, had this section of fabric like this, and yeah, the fake leather is just like melting and making a mess. So I think I'm gonna have to scrap this project. I was really excited to make the initial bag that I saw online, but I don't think this is gonna work. I don't think I can make something else out of this. I have just like wasted this material. So I think I'm just gonna go put this in my big floof. It's the big like ottoman thing that I made for scrap fabric, because I don't know what else I can do with this. If you have any suggestions, please let me know in the comment section down below. I cannot iron on it. That is not an option. So let me know your suggestions in the comment section down below. This project was a fail. I admit it. Hopefully my next project will not be a fail. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and have a wonderful day.